Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time, hi, I'm Jarisa. I'm really excited because today I'm going to be doing an extreme organization on my pantry. I'm super excited because it turned out so beautiful and I love it. So I hope that you guys are gonna love it too. I'm gonna show you all the containers and all the little tricks and things that I learned through this process, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get right into the video. So this is what our pantry looks like. We moved into this house 3.5 months ago, and everything was basically just like dumped in here because when we moved, I wasn't able to do anything. I moved in and then 3 days later we had a baby. So everything was just deorganized. Like I didn't know what we had in here. I wasn't using most of the stuff. So I just wanted to have a system that was easy to keep up and where we could keep a track of everything that we had. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to just take everything out. I'm going to completely empty this pantry because I want to clean it up, and I also want to take a look into everything that we have to get rid of like all the expired food, all the things that I know that we don't really use, like all the stuff that is in here. I just want to be able to see everything laid out, and I feel like this is why I didn't do it sooner, because it just feels like a very overwhelming process. But if you're trying to do this, just take your time and do it little by little. I actually was able to get all of this done in one day, and it took me like maybe 4 or 5 hours. So it wasn't the worst, but it does take a lot of time to go through the food. I feel like this is the worst part of the whole process, but once you're through this, it's gonna be good.
On a run from my given disaster, speed away from the holy mind, pride.
Now that I have everything out, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean everything. I'm going to take all these little crumbs and I'm gonna leave it clean and shiny, and then we're gonna start decluttering all the food.
On repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving.
Now, they always say that things have to get worse before they can get any better when it comes to organization, and that really is truth. When I saw all this food on the counter, I was like, oh my, this is such a mess. This is so overwhelming. I've seen that a lot of people do this process by like separating it into categories and all that. And to be honest with you, I was trying to do that at the beginning, but then I just decided to throw all the things that I know I'm not gonna use or are expired. And then once I was done with that, I threw all the packaging out, and then I started moving into organizing it. These are all the containers that I had from a previous organization video, and the other containers that I got are mostly from TJ Maxx, and then the ones that are for spices are from Amazon. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to clean them. The one thing that I have to say though is that it was really difficult to get rid of the glue residue and also all of the little tags because I have a very strong glue on the back. I've seen some pages like the Home Edit, and they give you like some kind of tips on how you can get rid of it with like rubbing alcohol or by dipping it into warm water. I took most of it out, and if there was a little bit of residue, I'm gonna take care of that later. But that's something to keep in mind when you're dealing with this type of containers. It can be really hard to get the glue off. Now that all my containers are clean, I'm gonna start putting everything back into the pantry, and I'm going to start with these trays that I have that are just like Lazy Susans. I'm just gonna put all of them together, and I have 3 of these, so I'm just going to organize everything like into similar categories, and I can see everything that I have as I turn it around. Also, these Lazy Susans that I'm using, I got from TJ Maxx. The bigger one was like $14 and the smaller ones were like $9. Now I'm going to be organizing the seasonings, and these little stands that I have are from Amazon, the 3 of them. I've seen that some people decide to like swap the containers, and I felt like it wasn't necessary because the bottles that we get our seasonings in are pretty, I feel like they look cute in their little bottles. Some of them have like a different lid color, or maybe they are a little square, but the bottles are glass, and I do feel like they look nice enough to be in there. And you might be wondering why I didn't put them right next to the stove. The reason why is because I don't use these things every day. I use salt and pepper every day, but like special seasonings like this, I only use like maybe twice a week. I wanted to be able to see our cans. I've seen that some people use like a shelf system, but I didn't really feel like we have enough space like to use one of these big shelves. Maybe in the future, if we get more cans, I can use something like that, but this was just enough for what we're doing right now. I also got these clear baskets from TJ Maxx, and I'm going to be putting all the nuts that come in little bags and also the beans in here. These are things that Chris uses all the time, and I was thinking about putting them into the other containers, but you know, he likes to be able to just like grab the whole thing and take everything out at the same time instead of like grabbing different containers. And he's pretty happy with this system. It might not be, you know, like the prettiest one, but it's just functional. That's something that I also wanted to say. I know that sometimes you want to have like the perfect picture worthy pantry, and you know, in my opinion, the best thing to do for me, or what I try to do, is to just make it functional and like realistic. And if I know that he's not gonna be happy with the nuts being in another container because it's perfectly fine with these ones, then why change it? You know, if it's not broken, why fix it? So this works really well for him, and it also works really well for me, and it's easier to keep a track of the things that we need to get and the things that we have. Now I'm going to start putting away all the things that are going into the airtight packaging, and I love these containers. I always wanted to have containers like this in the pantry because it just looks so cute. I found some labels on Amazon that look so cute. They look absolutely perfect for this. I'm going to link these labels on the bottom. They have like 158 things. They have, you know, a label for cookies, for snacks, for gluten-free flour, anything that you need. You have everything over here. And I know that a lot of people have a Cricut machine, and this is how they make their labels, but I don't have one. Maybe in the future, but I feel like this was really useful, and yeah, I'm really excited about them, and I love how they look on the containers.
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keeps...
Something else that I did, because whenever I saw a video about people doing this and like putting the food into the airtight containers, I'm like, yeah, but how do they keep a track of like what is what? Like if you have a different type of flour that is a specialty or something like that. Like for example, my daughter is allergic to gluten, so I have been trying different types of like gluten flours that are made of tapioca or like almond flour or rice flour and stuff like that. I had a type that I had not tried before, and I wanted to know if it was gonna make her sick or not, like if she was gonna be able to tolerate it. I decided to keep the little tag on the bottom of the container so I could specifically know what it was and if I wanna buy it again or not. So this is just a little trick for you so you can keep a track of the things that you have inside of the container, and you can also know if you're gonna wanna try it later or not.
City dancing through the night, but I'm not there. You've got me soaring in the clouds, and as the ocean is surrounding me, baby, I'm sure we lost track of time. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever afters. Something about you gives me hope.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate how satisfying it is to see all this food with their little labels? Oh, my OCD is so happy right now. Now I'm going to put away the rest of the things that I have, like our pets' food, and I also have some snacks that I'm going to put into some smaller containers. And then once I'm done with this, I'm going to put everything back into the pantry, and I'm going to show you what the final result looks like.
We break up and you slam the door. I messed up on the bedroom floor. What the hell do we do this for? I push you out, but you come back. That attraction, we can't fight that. Oh, keep telling myself that I should let go, but I hold on. And oh, keep telling myself that I should move on, but I don't. 'Cause we got that mad love, we got that sad love, we got that fun love, we got that young love, yeah, that don't.
So let's take a moment to remember how our pantry looked. Nothing was organized, everything was just mixed and matched, nothing made sense, everything was everywhere. It was really difficult to find things, and now I'm going to show you what it looks like after. This is what our pantry looks like now. I absolutely love it. Everything is so easy to find. Everything looks so nice and so organized. I feel like this is a breeze into my life. Every time I open this pantry, I feel so proud and so happy. It brings me a lot of joy, and I hope that you found this video an inspiration. If you like it too, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know which part is your favorite. I think I love the most, the way on how the little lazy Susans just hold all the bottles and just the labeled containers. Those are my favorite things. I absolutely adore them. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you found it very helpful, and I will see you on the next time. Bye bye.